So where do we find Kane in the aftermath of what happened in Mount Weather?
In this room, actually. My first scene is done in this room. With who's here from the network? That I can. What can I say? I can say. Well, you're listening, right? So. Okay. So yes. So this is the aftermath. We pick up directly where we left off.
Can you talk about where
Sorry.
Kane might be situated in terms of leadership? Because we've seen him take the lead before. We've seen him work with others.
Right. He's pretty much in the same place.
Okay.
Abby's still the Chancellor, and he is doing everything that he can to support her.
Okay.
Yeah.
Cool. Can you talk a little bit more about their dynamic? Because, they started as these, like,
Yeah,
quasi-enemies.
it changes quite a lot in
Yeah.
the season so far. We're in episode 8 at the moment. And it's so difficult because I'm not allowed to say very much.
Yeah.
But the dynamic changes.
Okay.
Gosh, what can I say? There's the introduction of a new character which is going to throw a lot of things up in the air, and I'm not even
It's like an art form.
I
Being
know.
able to talk about it without really
I
talking
used to be good at this. Let me see if I can get back to it. The storyline between there's going to be Paige and Abby and I are still going to be very much a duo in terms of the leadership on the arc. There's going to be another character who's introduced who's going to challenge that.
How does Clarke's absence at the start of the season affect everybody at the camp?
I think we are just trying to get on with stuff here at the camp. We're almost, Clarke is still a very much important sort of leader in our group. We go looking for her. We want her back, but she's chosen a different path, and we have to sort of accept that. And but in going to look for her, we encounter something new.
Does it also present good scenes for you and Paige to do? Because obviously Abby is going to be missing her daughter and worried about her.
Yeah, we do. We touch on that, but that's not really what this season's about for us. We're not still pining over Clarke and how to get her back. It develops further. We have another immediate threat, which is a lot more powerful for us to deal with.
Wait. Does there continue to be a tension between the older generation and younger generation within the camp?
Yeah, no, we've kind of gotten over that.
Okay.
We no longer see them as there is the odd line, they're kids and yes, I guess because they're playing 18, but we don't really. That's not really that. They've now proven themselves, so we don't really go into that much.
Does that mean that Kane and Bellamy might be getting some?
Yes, I spent a lot of time with Bob. So the people I've been working with a lot are Bob, Michael Beach. I say those are the two I've been working with a lot. Yeah.
How has your character's relationship changed with Bellamy as season 3 begins? Obviously, in the past.
Yeah, well, I think, with Bellamy, I've always seen I see in him at the end of season 2 a leader. And that's how it picks up with season 3, that he is a leader, and I can see him as the future leader of this camp.
What's your favorite episode or your favorite scene that you've gotten to do? Are you able to very vaguely talk about it?
Gosh, the favorite one I've done so far, I guess you're asking, because I'm hoping to get more.
Yeah, just the scene and stuff, yeah.
There was a scene that I'm curious to see how it turns out with Michael Beach and Bob. We filmed it, I think it's episode 7.
Now, I know Kane is really busy, but does he ever have time to be introspective and wish that his mom had lived to see Earth again?
He does that a lot, but off camera. In his little room. You get to see Kane's bedroom, though.
Oh.
That's kind of interesting.
Does Abby go in there too?
Good question. Off camera, obviously. No. But that'd be a cool scene, right? Comical walking out the door, putting clothes on. You see Kane's bedroom. It's used for something else, besides me sleeping in it.
Does seeing that kind of his personal space gives more insight into him?
Yeah, it does. Yeah, I mean, in a very subtle way, you know. It's stark. It's sort of very sort of Spartan, with some interesting artwork.
Yeah, jumping off those last two questions, we know that Kane had a religious upbringing. Does that come up at all again, or is that just?
There's a touch on. We do touch on when somebody passes. There's a touch of religiousness.
Okay.
I'd like to go back to what you said about how Kane is looking at Bellamy as a possible leader of this group. Does that mean he'll take him under his wing a little bit?
That's what you see that in the opening episode. He is.
So what was their relationship like then going forward? Will they sort of be, general and, first sergeant, or what are we going to kind of see with that? It sounds like there might be some good stuff coming up.
Yeah, there is. There's, as always with this show, nothing is easy. So I'm telling you that I'm going to take him under his wing, and then the way you know the show, then that's not going to be an easy path.
We had an interesting interaction.
I'm giving you nothing, right?
More than some people.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yeah. There's an interesting interaction in season 2 between Kane and Octavia, where he's just talking to her about her allegiances and making sure that she gets information for the Arkers. Is that a relationship that gets any time?
Yes. Yeah. We just shot a scene like that recently. So yeah, that continues. It's slight, but it continues.
Yeah.
This I see here as a little sort of spy type.